Hey YouTubers, say it ain't so. Today's the day I'm gonna cut my hair. So I started using the laser comb in September of 2012, I think approximately, and right now it is February 2015. So you guys have waited a really long time. I'm sorry about that. My hair got to a certain length and I wanted to keep growing it. I never had it this long, and I think people should grow their hair out. What if it's the last time I can grow my hair out? So there was that, and then I wanted to donate the hair to Locks of Love, and you had to get it a certain length, and the hair in the back of my head wasn't as long, and I had to get that to the right length so that it could be donated, but you can see it is very long. So it's kind of some interesting things, I guess, to say is that as far as like the laser comb goes, it's one of those things we're going to see here coming up, kind of see what it looks like when I shave my head. But for women or guys with long hair, I would say one of the things, it makes it a little more difficult to use. You're kind of trying to go through your hair and you can get it kind of tangled up and you're trying to go different directions and stuff like that. There's also the thing, think about the sun, the sun's beating down on your head. If you have, hair on your head, you're typically not going to get your head sunburnt because the hair is like protecting the skin. It's kind of blocking it. So that's one of the things. Hair Max has a patent on these, on the comb aspect on these teeth. So other companies have the lasers. Like you can build your own laser device if you want to. People online have been doing it. If you read the comments and stuff, some have been talking about what lasers are in these things, and different people doing kind of like home built laser therapy, things for hair. So, but as far as women or guys with long hair, it can get kind of tangled up, and then the teeth are supposed to be kind of separating the hair away, to make it so that the light does get to the scalp. But I would imagine, I don't have a PhD in optics or anything like that, or lasers, or any of that, but I would assume that having long hair does block the lasers to a certain extent. So that's just an observation. Battery life is still good on this. I can definitely, a lot of times if I maybe go on some quick trip or something like that, I won't even bring my charger because I know it'll last, several things. And I'll try to do a video about that, about the length of which the battery lasts at this point. Also, I just wanted to mention some of the other things that I've been doing. We've talked about the Biotin before. This is, 10,000 MCG. I can't remember. I knew before what that stood for. But basically, Biotin, it says on the bottle, promotes healthy hair and strong nails, supports cellular energy production. So anyway, a lot of people taking Biotin. Another thing I do for athletic injuries and just recovery in general, like fish oils, helps your body like fight inflammation and those kind of things. So I assumed, just thinking about it, like our scalps are inflamed, DHT is attacking the hair follicles, and so I take fish oils to hopefully help with that inflammation. Another thing, we've talked about the Nizoral shampoos. I felt, this is 2% that I got from the UK. I got this from Amazon UK. And I felt like it was too strong because, I don't know, like for women or guys who have had braids or maybe cornrows or whatever, it's like it pulls on your hair, that kind of thing. Or a guy that maybe wears a hat and your like hair would maybe get like over to the side and then it just kind of hurts like your hair follicle. That's kind of the way this felt. I felt like it was too harsh at 2%. Now, I had used the Nizoral 1%. A lot of people were saying, really recommending the Regine Pure DR. Also 1%, I believe, ketoconazole. It's like a tongue twister for me, guys. But I think you guys know what I'm saying, the ketoconazole. And that's the main active ingredient in these, Nizoral. This is 2%, but remember the dark blue bottle is 1%, and then Regine Pure DR, I believe, is 1%. But one of the things that I don't like is the fact that they left off the percentage, back here, in the ingredients. I didn't like that. But a lot of people were recommending this because there's aloe and other things in here to help with some of the situation where this will like dry out your hair and your scalp. The Nizoral, that's what people were saying. So, but to be honest with you, I felt like this 2% was too strong. The 1% Nizoral I felt was good. And then with the Regine Pure DR, I feel like that my scalp still felt like more irritated than it did with the 1% Nizoral. So if I had to pick between the three, and I don't have the dark blue bottle, like you guys know what I'm talking about, I would go with the blue bottle, the 1% Nizoral, and that's after I use through this. That's probably what I'm going to go back to, and that's just my personal opinion, just on the way my scalp felt. So I'm going to go ahead and shave my head and get this hair ready for donation. So I'll see you in a second. Okay, we're back, and this is what we got. So I'm going to be donating it to Locks of Love. I feel really, when you see yourself with a new haircut or any of that, I mean, I just totally look weird. I don't even recognize myself in the mirror. So it's like that. Just want to give you a quick visual, at my hair, where my hairline is. One of the things I think, and I've mentioned this before, that in the temporal areas, with the longer hair, like the hair would stick over and kind of like, you wouldn't see like any of the receding area. But in some ways, I kind of brace myself, because when I cut my hair back in 2012, I was like, oh my God, I'm losing my hair, and I freaked out and all that. I'm actually fairly satisfied with what I'm seeing, I guess, at this point. The only thing is these temporal areas. So we'll kind of see as that grows in. I'm going to take a lot of before and after pictures, but I just want to give you guys kind of a quick glimpse of, everything. And again, I'm going to try to take some after pictures and compare those with the before pictures from 2012, and tell me what you guys think at this point. Again, and it might be something where all the stuff that I'm doing, with the laser comb, the Biotin, fish oils, the ketoconazole shampoo, like the Nizorals and the Regine Pure DR, is very possible that that's just, slowing things down, or maybe helping a little bit. Eventually I might have to have a hair transplant to sort of rebuild some of these temporal areas, but we'll see. And one of my big things is on the crown, to see if, how that looks, and then how all this grows in as it gets longer, to knuckle cut length. So stay tuned.